Hi everyone, very good evening to all of you beta. I hope you all are doing good and I welcome you in this particular channel and in this particular video also, because here we are going to see one important news. Okay, news as in we are going to again decode one report beta, that is from the perspective of our nation's perspective only. Okay, previously we've analyzed one report which was based on sustainable development index, where we saw that at a global perspective for the first period of time India's rank was 99th, right? But recently on 19th of statistical day, there was a release of these three mini documents. Okay, specifically we are going to analyze here the perspective of sustainable development goal, as in we are going to see that where we are heading towards. Okay, what is the exact status, because sustainable development goal is something which was taken at the time of 2015. It was seen for the first period of time, it was discussed, was launched at the first period of time, and we had this achievement and we had this target to achieve these many goals by 2030. Okay, it was given approval by 169 UN members at that particular period of time beta, and it was seen that 17 targets were taken into 17 goals were taken into consideration along with 169 targets. So government said that we are done with the Millennium Development Goal, which had a target to be achieved by 2015. Although we are not able to achieve it now, we are going to extend it. Okay, but the extension should be more comprehensive in a manner. This is what we discussed at that particular period of time, and the comprehension was as in the thing which was more comprehensive in a manner, the goals which are more comprehensive in a manner were known as sustainable development goals. Okay, so I've already told you this thing that three frameworks have been discussed here beta: sustainable development goal, national indicator framework progress 2025, along with data snapshot on sustainable development goal, national indicator framework progress report 2025, and this is what we are going to discuss here along with the sustainable development goal, national indicator framework 2025. And here it is, sustainable development goals, national indicator framework progress report 2025, and beta it tells us the progress, okay, that what exactly we have achieved till now and how policymakers need to implement the things in the coming period of time. This report tells us that. Okay, if we see that sustainable development goal 3, we are better performing in sustainable development goal 3, maybe we are better performing in maternal mortality rate, we are better, the cases have been reduced, the cases of under 5 mortality rate have been reduced. So it means it shows the policymaker that you are better going. Okay, now this is one of the tasks for you people beta. In the previous video also I told you this thing to all of you. Now here also this one particular task is for all of them, all of those individuals who are watching this lecture. So beta, now along with, or you can make a list, separate list also, maybe in somewhere in your notes as well. So we have 17 goals here. You have to write 17 of the initiatives which have been taken by the government of India. Maybe for sustainable development goal 1 to 17 you can write 2 initiatives also. Okay, 2 for 1, 2 for 2, 2 for 3, 2 for 4, 2 for 5, 2 for 6, and till the 17th one you can write for each sustainable development goal maybe 2 or 3 of initiatives. Okay, that will just that is one of the game which we are going to play here. Okay, maybe you can share that particular document in my Telegram channel also, and maybe you can write this in the comment section as well beta. If you want to reach out to me through my Telegram channel, this is Economy with Payal, you can send your document there as well. Okay, so we all know that we have 17 development goals. I'm not going to repeat them. Everyone knows here we start from the no poverty thing and we end it till the partnership for the goal, right? So this is all which is development oriented. Okay, these all are the social issues and the economic issues which are there in our society, and government continuously comes up with many of the welfare initiatives that is there, and we need to achieve these many goals. Okay, how we are going with it? So firstly we are going to discuss with each and every part. We will see that what it includes. This is entire paragraph for you people only, but here we will analyze the important one only. I'll discuss the important data points only with you, and we will discuss the exact numbers also which are mentioned here. So we are going to analyze completely 17 of the goals and the performances in sustainable development goal 17. Okay, as in all of the sustainable development goal till 17. So beta, when I talk about no poverty, this is the first sustainable development goal that we have. Okay, it includes further, we have it says that we have India monitors the progress through 13 of the national identified indicators beta, with the available of all of them to ensure effective tracking and the accountability. So this is important beta, 13 sustainable national identity. Along with that, when I talk about poverty poverty, so this is, this solely does not include the poverty only. Poverty means this does not relate with the income aspect only, rather we consider the food and the other things also. Okay, this is at a broader perspective that we have. So this included, this is one of the complex issues that we have, and it focuses towards the basic availability of the things which is with human. Now basic involvement as in basic new needs as in food, shelter and clothing and education and healthcare, right? If there is any individual who lacks in these, it means that individual is under poverty. Now Sustainable Development Goal 1 focuses towards no poverty thing. It means that government should provide these many initiatives: the availability of food, the availability of shelter, the availability of healthcare, the availability of the education also. Now you people tell me, okay, you have to take into consideration food, shelter, clothing, not clothing specifically, but education and healthcare. Okay, give me one initiative, or write somewhere in your notes maybe 1 or 2 initiatives which have been taken by the government of India specifically in these areas for providing food at affordable rate, shelter, education and healthcare also. Maybe you can go in education the gender specific as well. Now what does the data say? So the data says that in 2015-16 the percentage of poverty was 24.85 beta. Now in 2019-21 it has been reduced to 14.96% only. This is the proportion of men, women and children of all ages who are living in poverty in all of its dimensions according to the national definitions here. Okay, it also says that a proportion of population which is covered under social protection floor by sex, distinguishing children, unemployed person, older person, persons with disabilities, pregnant women, newborns, work injury victims and the poor and vulnerable also. It means that this includes each and every section of society. But when I talk about the coverage of the social protection schemes, so that means that we are here covering each and every area. Okay, we are covering women also, we are reaching out in each and every area. Maybe we are covering rural areas also, we are covering urban areas also. So better this says that there is a surge in it. Okay, surge in it as in there is a rise in it. Right, in 2016 we saw the 22% of the coverage was there, but now it has been increased to 64.3%. So each and every data is important here beta. Okay, now when I talk about the institution as in the number of senior citizens who are provided with institutional assistance beta through citizen homes, daycare centers funded by the government. So it has increased to 1,57,820 right in 23-24. Okay, so this data is also very important. The next sustainable development that we have is zero hunger. Okay, which entirely focuses, hunger is not a specific area that we have, but it again questions the basic facility. Food is a basic facility that we have, availability of food, right? So it questions our food security also, food security of the nation as well. This specifically does not consider one human being, but rather we have a macro thing which is associated here. It questions the food security of India also, as in of the other nations also. This is specifically of India, but in general if I talk about it, so food security questions, zero hunger specifically puts question on the food security of the entire world. Okay, as well as the policy makers also. So there should be the improvement in the nutrition also in the other areas also. So हमारा goal है वो क्या है? This is to eliminate all form of hunger nutrition by 2030 beta. This line is important. Okay, by 2030 ensuring that everyone, especially vulnerable population, has access to sufficient and nutritious food. Okay, now it also says that sustainable development goal is monitored through 8 targets beta, and at the national level 19 indicators have been identified to track the progress, data for all of which is currently available. Now what does it say? So this says that ratio of institutional credit to agriculture to the agriculture output has been increased. Okay, so I told you that when it comes on to zero hunger, so we are not considering from the perspective of one human being only, but we are considering the other areas also. Okay, so here we are considering the credit to agriculture, to the agriculture outputs. It has been increased, right, to the 1.56 in 23-24. Okay, that means the farmer who can get the facilities here. Then it also talks about the number of plants and animals, genetic resources for food and the agricultural secured in either medium or long-term conservation facilities. So it has also increased beta. Okay, specifically for plants it has been increased to 4,89,159. Specifically in terms of livestock it has been increased 3,39,874. And specifically the fish genetic resources, it has also been increased to 102 right from 47. Okay, so this is what it says. Along with that, when I talk about GVA in gross value added in agriculture per worker beta, so it has also increased to 94,110. Okay, along with that we have another sustainable development goal beta, that is 3. Okay, now again this doesn't include only one sustainable development goal, one disease only, but includes many. For example, we have maternal mortality rate, we have the under 5 also, we have neonatal also, and we have the other things also. So it includes the every kind of disease that we have, along with the reproductive health care system also. Okay, so this includes every ages also, along with the communicable, non-communicable, and environmental disease, reproductive, maternal, child health, universal health coverage, and access to safe, effective, quality, affordable vaccines. So right from here till here, these many lines are very, very important. Okay, till vaccines. Okay, it targets the critical issues. We all know it includes every ages and every the area of the this disease also. So this also says that globally sustainable development goal is monitored through 13 of the targets, while at the national level 38 indicators have been identified and tracked with the completion of data available for the effective monitoring of progress. So better, this line is also important here. In between there are many of the initiatives which have been taken by the government of India, but this is written here, chahe wo Ayushman Bharat ho, chahe wo Jan Aushadhi Kendras ho, we have everything which is written here. Okay, Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana is everything, you will get every data as well as the initiative which have been taken by the government of India here only. Okay, right from the healthcare services till you have the this Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana. So you have everything which is available here. Now what does it say? So this says that neonatal mortality rate has been decreased, which is a good thing. It was 15 May, it was 25, now in 2021 it has been reduced to 19 only. This also says that the percentage of currently married women who use any of the modern family methods has also been increased. That means that women is also very in 2015 it was 47.70 only, now it is 56.40 only. So I was saying that women now again is educated in a manner, so this is not solely related with health only, rather it has increased in the area also. We are trying to integrate with the educational purposes also, which is very gender specific, right? It also says that the budget allocation for the Department of Health and Research is also increased to 3900.69. okay, along with that it also says that the tuberculosis incidence per 1 lakh of population has been reduced to 195, which is again a better thing. Now you would need to write any of the initiative campaign which has been run by recently. There was the news, okay, TB campaign jo chala tha, that was a news, and you need to write it in the comment section. Okay, percentage of institutional births beta. So we see that 5 years may in the case of 2015 2016, so it was 78.9. now if I compare it with 2019-21, so it has reached to 88.6. 1 year की अगर मैं केस की बात करूं, so that was 2015-16 में it was 82.6. 2019-21 की बात करूं, so it is 90.6. okay, then we have quality education. Now again, quality education is not solely with the education only, but rather we have many of the initiative beta, that is gender specific also, and we have national education policy, the huger one. Okay, so it has to ensure that whatever services government is providing in the system of quality education, so it is more inclusive in a manner, and along with that, when it comes on to inclusiveness, when it comes on to equitable manner, so whatever the resources, whatever the education facilities are reaching out to them, that should be more qualitative in nature. Okay, along with the quality we have to ensure the along with the quality we have to ensure the quality is the main focus here. Along with that, we are using the other infrastructures also. For example, we do not have better schools and the better colleges only, but we have the digital system also, which is very robust in a manner. Now you need to write any of the initiative which has been taken by the government of India specifically to target many of the communities, many of the areas which is providing them digital means, like services through the digital means. Okay, along with that, it also says beta that 19 indicators have been identified to track progress with the current availability of 18 of them. Okay, so 19 indicators are there. So this says that free and compulsory education up to 8th class is there beta, and gross enrollment ratio for tertiary education has been increased to 29.5%, that is provisional in manner. Okay, along with that, it also says that the proportion of schools with access to electricity, computers, basic drinking water, toilets, it has been increased. Along with that, we are taking care of the Divyangjans also, if there is any disabled person, so we are ensuring facilities for them as well. Okay, along with that, it also talks about the single sex basis sanitation facilities, beta, specifically for boys, girls. It has increased. Hand washing facility, wash is one of the initiative here. You can write that increased, has been increased, and the internet facilities has also been increased. Okay, so we are focusing towards the basic availability of things. Then we have gender equality. Okay, now again, gender equality doesn't specify to the providing services to genders, specific genders only, but we have to ensure that we are going more inclusive in a manner. So it includes the ensuring of the gender, equal rights, opportunities, treatment of individuals regardless of gender. Okay, along with that, it also puts its focus, as in it is more put emphasis on the importance of providing women with every of the facility. Maybe gender equality we can ensure in the education sector also. बेटा हम इसको health sector में भी ले सकते हैं, ठीक है, हम इसको employment में भी ले सकते हैं, हम इसको maybe infrastructure में भी ले सकते हैं, हम इसको participation में भी ले सकते हैं, and we can take into each and everything. Okay, decent work representation in the political economic decision making while ensuring the rights of land. Awas Yojana is there which provides benefits here. Property, sexual and reproductive health, access to technology and internet also. So gender equality is not specifically related to providing the benefits only, but we have to go more inclusive in a manner. Okay, we have to include each and everyone. Now it also says that to track the progress, 9 global targets have been taken into consideration at the national level. 28 indicators are there. So it says beta that specifically this rate is very important here. Labor force participation rate has been increased. In 2021 we saw that 0.43 was the case. In 23-24 it has reached to 0.54. Okay, then when I talk about the self-help groups, which is highly helping the rural individuals specifically, okay, rural individuals specifically to perform in a better manner. So in 23-24 we have seen that 97.04 is the case it has reached to, it has reached here. Then we have clean water and sanitation beta. Okay, so when I talk about clean water and sanitation, so this is a global sustainable development goal 6. Now it ensures that the there should be water availability in each and every area, but that too of qualitative in nature. Okay, we should have healthy water. ऐसा नहीं कि कोई भी water की availability कर देंगे, हमारे पास healthy water की availability होनी चाहिए, and that too in each and every area. In urban areas also, to make our cities more smarter in a manner, we need tap water facilities, right? Jal Jeevan Mission is what is contributing here. Then this should be available in tier 2, tier 3 cities along with the rural areas as well. So better this ensures that water and sanitation for all should be given. Clean water availability should be given with adequate sanitation is a fundamental human right as a key pillar of the sustainable development also. Okay, now you need to write any of the initiatives which have been taken by the government of India. Specifically Jal Jeevan Mission is written here. If I talk about cleanliness, so you can include Swachh Bharat Mission also, and this also says that sustainable development goal 6 includes 8 targets, and at the national 13 targets have been identified to measure the progress, to measure the progress specifically. It says that the population who's using an improved drinking water has been increased beta. Okay, in 24-25 we've seen that 99.62 okay is the case. So there is a progress in Jal Jeevan Mission specifically, where we see that the cases where the availability of water is there, clean availability of water is there. Okay, percentage of districts achieving open defecation free targets have been increased beta to 100. Okay, then we have proportion of village with the village water and sanitation community committee also, it has also increased. Along with that, now we have affordable and clean energy. Affordable and clean energy doesn't mean that the availability of the electricity. No, we have to ensure the electricity or any of the energy is more cleaner in a manner. For example, solar Muft Bijli Ghar Yojana, that is there. Okay, Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana, that is there. So this is more centric towards providing clean energy. Right from the grid electricity system, we have focused our we have shifted our focus towards the adoption of clean energy that is there. Okay, so this ensures that access to energy sources are both environmentally sustainable and economically viable, recognizing energy as a critical driver for human for economic human development as well as societal progress also. Now again, you need to write many of the initiative, although this has been written here, Pradhan Mantri Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana. Along with that, Subhagya has been better performing here. Then we have Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana also. Along with that, you can include the Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana also. Now this says that Sustainable Development Goal 7 comprises 5 of the global targets, and at the national level progress is tracked through 5 of the indicators. Okay, this says that the individuals, the houses specifically who have been electrified has been increased to 100 beta. Along with that, it also says that renewable energy share is also increasing. We are ensuring that they are going towards the clean energy specifically. So in 24-25 it has been increased to 22.13. okay, along with that we have decent work and economic growth. Now again, this is not related to the work availability only, but rather participation, gender participation, economic participation plays a huge important role here. Okay, you can take into consideration any of the example, maybe Make in India, maybe from the perspective of economic growth, what is important, maybe the other objectives also. Okay, so this says that we need to promote sustained, inclusive and sustainable economic growth alongside the full and productive employment and decent work for all. It focuses towards the enhancing and the technological information also. Along with that, we also have to ensure that we are eliminating the forced labor, slavery and human trafficking, reduction in informal employment and the gender pay gap also. For example, I gave you one of the example beta. Okay, so these are the many initiatives which have been written beta, Mudra, MSME specifically, and the participation towards women also. Okay, so Swavlambhini and the other initiative you can just take into consideration, Lakhpati Diti and the other initiatives. I gave an example that Karnataka is one of the states which is said that women can go for night shifts also. It has led to increase in the growth of Karnataka itself because it has increased its participation. Okay, now it also says that specifically Sustainable Development Goal 8 is structured around 12 of the targets focused on recent work and economic development and the national level. 26 indicators have been identified to monitor the progress. Okay, so this says that outstanding credit to MSMEs have been given, it has increased. Okay, now it also talks about the LFPR, so it has also beta increased. In 2023 we see the participation is 64.3 beta. Startup who has been recognized has been increased. Now I told you to write an example. For example, we have Swavlambhini. For example, you can take into consideration Startup India, we have Stand Up India, we have Lakhpati Didis, we have self-help groups also. So you can write any of the initiative here. Okay, per capita fossil fuel consumption, so this also has been increased, and we have to ensure that we are going towards the clean energy, right? Now we have another objective which is industry, innovation and infrastructure. Okay, wait. Now industry, innovation and infrastructure beta is more central to driving our economic growth, sustainable development by focusing towards the building quality, reliable, sustainable and resilient infrastructure that supports both well-being of human as well as the economic advancements also. So when I talk about infrastructure, so maybe you can take into consideration an example of PLI initiative which is helping our industries. Maybe you can take into consideration Make in India. Maybe you can take into consideration the Atmanirbhar Bharat also. Okay, so these are the many initiatives which you can take into consideration. Now when it comes on to the connectivity right from rural areas, because infrastructure means what beta? Infrastructure entirely focuses towards the connectivity. रूरल एंड जो अर्बन एरियाज है उनके अंदर कनेक्टिविटी जो है वो प्रॉपर होनी चाहिए. सो ग्राम सड़क योजना इज देयर. ओके, दिस इज रिटन हियर, यू कैन जस्ट राइट, यू कैन जस्ट रीड बाय योरसेल्फ. ग्राम सड़क योजना इज देयर व्हिच bridges the gap between rural areas and urban areas, right? So gram sadak yojana is there. Along with that, I gave you an example of Atmanirbhar Bharat and the other projects also. Now this also ensures that 17 indicators are there with the availability of data itself. So it says that carbon डाइऑक्साइड जो emission है हमारा, कार्बन जो हमारा emission है for power sector has been reduced, which is a better thing बेटा. Along with that, the researches has been increased here. जो mobile networks है उनमें भी कहीं ना कहीं surge आया है, ठीक है. We are also focusing towards the mobile networks again. Then we have reduction in the inequalities. Okay, inequality as in this is not specifically related to gender basis only, but we have to ensure everything. Okay, equal opportunities for all, regardless of age, gender, disability, religion, economic status and the other factors also. Okay, because when it comes on to inequalities beta, many times you could have seen that this happens in most of the cases, that if you are in one of the sector where men and women are both working equally, but men is the one who is paid high rather if I compare it with women. So this is one of the hurdles that we have and we need to reduce it. Similarly, gig workers are somewhere or another they face problem specifically, so we need to reduce problem with them also. So inequality says as in reduction in the inequality should be there. regardless of age, regardless of the Divyanggjans which we have and the other special people that we have in between us. So we have to ensure that opportunities are providing in each and every area, that too equitable in manner. Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana is the one beta, along with the Accessible India campaign and the other initiatives. So Gamya Bharat Abhiyan also is there, which is specifically making our this sustainable development goal to reach to the targets and to reach towards the goals as well. Okay. Now this comprises of 10 targets and is tracked at a national level through 12 indicators here. So better this says that Gini coefficient for households have been specifically in the urban areas, in the as in the the inequality specifically has been increased. That is, Gini coefficient is just a measure who measures the inequalities there. So it has been decreased, which is a good thing. Okay, and this is a gap between the urban area and rural area. So if there is reduction in it, it means there is a bridge in the gap between the rural area as well as the urban area. Okay, along with that, the northeastern states, the budget allocation to them is increasing. 22-23 may we have seen that there is a surge by 2.10% that is there. Okay, then we have recent budget allocation welfare for STs and STs also, so it has also been increased to 6.19. along with that, sustainable cities and the communities. So it says that as per 2011, as per Sustainable Development Goal 11, अगर मैं sustainable and communities की बात करूं, so we have to ensure. I told you about cities mission, right? जहाँ पे हमने cities को देखा था कि livability index, जहाँ पे हमने cities को देखा था कि how much benefits they are providing specifically to those individuals who are migrated in that area, right, from rural area to the urban areas में भी. Okay, तो urban areas में जो features है, फिर जो facilities है, वो इस तरीके से होनी चाहिए कि वो हर एक facility उनको provide कर रही है, safe environment हो, secure environment हो, और उनको facilities जो basic facilities है वो भी मिलती रहे, जैसे availability of hospitals, maybe for those individuals also who cannot go for the expensive services, तो एक प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल भी हो, गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल्स भी हो, गवर्नमेंट स्कूल भी हो, प्राइवेट स्कूल्स भी हो, ठीक है. उसके बाद पार्क्स की अवेलेबिलिटी हो, स्ट्रीट लाइट्स हो, एक जो हमारा ट्रैफिक कंजेशन जैसे प्रॉब्लम जो है सिटीज में देखने को मिलता है उसका एक सोल्यूशन हो मे बी, ठीक है. सो बेसिक फैसिलिटीज, सेफ प्लेस हो, रेजिलियंट हो, सस्टेनेबल सिटीज हो, ह्यूमन सेटलमेंट जहाँ पे पॉसिबल हो, recognizing urbanization as a driving force for poverty reduction, job creation and the national development also. Okay, now this says that Sustainable Development Goal 11 comprises 10 targets that guide the development of sustainable urban areas, and at the national level 13 targets have been identified to monitor progress with the data available for 12 of them. Okay, there are many of the initiative beta. I told you that Amrut is the one which you need not to miss. We have Smart Cities mission also. Okay, 10 years have been completed. Smart Cities mission. Now remember that there are high chances that a question can be asked. Okay, अमृत पे भी आ सकता है, स्मार्ट सिटीज मिशन पे भी आ सकता है, क्योंकि 10 साल भी हो गए एंड सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल में भी हेल्प कर रहे हैं. वेस्ट, परसेंटेज ऑफ वेस्ट हैज बीन प्रोसेस्ड बेटा, दैट इज इंक्रीजिंग एज वी आर गोइंग टुवर्ड्स सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट. Along with that, India has adopted and implemented national disaster risk and reduction strategies also. Then we have responsible consumption and production. Okay, now this specifically does not focus towards the consumption only and the production only, but we have increase in the area as well. For example, sustainable patterns which are followed for consumption and production, that reduces the environment degradation, promote economic prosperity and uphold the social equity. For example, if I give you an example here, हमने ये देखा था कि EVs क्यों है मार्केट में. स्वच्छता भारत, I will give you 2 examples for making our area, for making our environment more cleaner manner. हम एक सबसे पहले तो हम EVs की तरफ जा रहे हैं, ठीक है. फिर उसके बाद हमारे पास स्वच्छ भारत अभियान भी है. अब स्वच्छ भारत अभियान के अंदर वी इंश्योर कि कोई भी एरिया है वहाँ पे जो गाड़ी है वो पहुँच रही है और उसके बाद वो कचरा उठा के उसको प्रॉपर मैनेज कर रही है ना. अब जो गाड़ियाँ पहुँच रही हैं वहाँ पे, दैट इज those are not EV, right? वो कहीं ना कहीं पोल्यूशन तो क्रिएट कर रहे हैं. तो फिर स्वच्छ भारत अभियान का मतलब ही क्या रहा? So we have to ensure that whatever cars we are selling, we are sending there to get that particular garbage, that should be EV. Okay, so that हम एकदम complete तरीके से उनका ध्यान रखें. So यहाँ पे सिर्फ consumption और production की बात नहीं है, rather than each and every linkage which is there, we have to consider it. Okay, along with that, what it says that the number of recycling, waste recycling plants has been increased beta, that has reached to 3036 in 24-25. Along with that, the percentage of wards with 100% of the source segregation has been increased beta, as in proper segregation should be there. Wet waste tum alag mein डालो, dry waste तुम अलग में डालो, and people are learning it, right? People are more aware about it. अगर उनको नहीं भी मिलता तो वो खुद से अब segregate कर देते, because they are aware about this thing now. Okay. Along with that, जो हमारी energy generating capacity है towards a clean energy, renewable energy generating capacity, that is also increasing. That has reached to 156.31. Okay. Now the next one we have is climate action. So हमने global report में देखा था कि जो India है specifically does not bettering here, and when I talk about the global cases also, तो हम climate action जो है उसकी तरफ हम better तरीके से move नहीं कर पा रहे. This is the 13th goal that we have. Okay, so we are not performing better in the case of climate action that is there. So this includes that climate action, there's an urgent need to combat our climate changes, that is far-reaching impacts will be there, increase in the sea levels will be there, weather events जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा worsen हो रहे हैं, increase in the concentration of the greenhouses is there that pose significant threats to life, especially in the coastal regions. Under the greenhouse gas emission, there is a rise in the other areas also. अब इसके लिए there is a national action plan for climate change beta. Along with that, you can write an example of EVs also and the other things also. ठीक है, अब जैसे जैसे गर्मी बढ़ रही है, every year we see that there is a certain temperature itself, so that is an after effect of what? Global warming only. हमारे कितने पुराने जो जो हमारे हिमालयास पे जो हमारी बर्फ वगैरह जो है वहाँ पे है ना, that is also melting just because of rise in the temperature. And if it much of that has been gone, has already been melted, और उससे क्या होगा बेटा, अचानक से हमारा जो सी लेवल है वो राइज करेगा, एंड वी विल सी दैट कंप्लीट डिजास्टर विल बी देयर इन द कमिंग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. वी विल सी दैट देयर विल बी नो ड्रॉप ऑफ वाटर लेफ्ट विद अस जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ वॉट एवर वी हैव डन, we humans have done to our earth. It will pay us back. Okay, if we give it good, they will give, nature will give us good. If we give it bad, of course we will get bad only. Okay, along with that, but it says that 17 Sustainable Development Goal 13 comprise of 5 targets to monitor climate related hazards and their impacts, also supported by 7 of the national indicators for which data is available for all. Okay, now it also says that when I talk about specifically the this thing, so India has nationally determined contributions, the long-term strategy submitted under the United Nations Framework Convention, UNFCCC. Okay, specifically in the Paris Agreement also. Then reduction in the emission of intensity of GDP in 2020 and over the 2005 levels is 36% here. Along with that, you can go towards the that rate-based ETS system also. Okay, this is what India is planning to get to. Now we have life below water. So उसके लिए तुम संपदा जो योजना है उसका भी, मत्स्य संपदा योजना तुम उसको भी जो है कंसीडर कर सकते हो. ठीक है, जो ओवर फिशिंग होती है या फिर जो हम जो हमारा मरीन लाइफ है या फिर जो हमारी जो लाइफ है दैट इज बिलो वाटर, हम उसको भी खराब कर रहे हैं. हमने अपनी तो करी है, हम उसके साथ हम जानवरों को भी नहीं जीने दे रहे हैं. ठीक है, लाइफ बिलो वाटर जो है हम ओवर फिशिंग कर रहे हैं. ओवर फिशिंग के साथ साथ व्हेन इट कम्स ऑन टू दी नेचर इटसेल्फ, वाटर की एक अलग लाइफ है, लैंड की एक अलग लाइफ है. हमें चाहिए कि जहाँ पे हमारे पास जो एरिया हमारे पास अवेलेबल है ना, जो गॉड ने हमें एरिया दिया है, जो नेचर ने हमें एरिया दिया है, हम उसको बेटर तरीके से रखें. हमने उसको भी खराब करा है, साथ साथ जो बाकी एरियाज है हम उसको भी खराब करेंगे. अगर हम अच्छे से ना रह पाए तो हम बाकी को कैसे रहने दें अच्छे से, है ना. सो दिस थिंग इज देयर. सो लाइफ बिलो वाटर हम उसको बेटर करने में तो नहीं, बट हाँ उसको खराब करने में तो जरूर लगे. बट वी हैव टू एंश्योर दैट अंडर सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल दिस 14 वी हैव टू एंश्योर दैट वी मेक एट लीस्ट द लाइफ हु इज बिलो वाटर, वी मेक इट बेटर. सो दिस इज that we need to conserve and sustainably using oceans, seas, marine resources to support long term sustainable development. Ocean जो है एक बहुत vital source है हमारे अर्थ का भी बेटा, humans के लिए भी, and which is regulating climate, supporting the livelihoods of millions of people. However, जो marine ecosystem है हमने उसको इतना गंदा कर दिया है कि जो human activities है, जो marine pollution हमने वो create कर रही है. हमने गंगा को नहीं साफ रहने दिया है, हमने अपने oceans को नहीं साफ रहने दिया है, हमने overfishing कर ली है, हमने उनके habitat को एकदम destruct कर लिया है. We have seen many a times कि जो deep sea fishes है, they are coming above. What is the case? We don't know that what is happening near, but that below. But of course, that is of course an after effect of what has been put by the human itself. So maximum sustainable yield in fishing is in 2024-25 we have seen that 5.311 is the case, and we need to make it better. India in compliance of international laws ensuring conservation and sustainable use of oceans and sea marine resources, what has been written here. Then we have life on land. For example, अगर मैं इस life on land की बात करूँ, so जो हमारे पास life जहाँ पे हम भी रह रहे हैं, हमारे साथ साथ बेटा कौन रह रहा है? We have birds also, we have insects, animals here which are living along with us. हमने उनका भी ऐसे ही करा है कि हम नहीं रहेंगे ना, अगर सुखी हम भी नहीं रह रहे हैं तो हम तुम लोग को भी नहीं रहने दे रहे हैं, ठीक है. हमें सिर्फ पैसे चाहिए, हमें सिर्फ ये चाहिए कि हम इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की तरफ जाए. ऑफ कोर्स इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इज द मोस्ट वाइटल थिंग, बट along with that beta, if there will be no trees, so can humans live without trees? The answer is complete no, right? And humans can go, okay, humans can be completely gone but trees cannot. ट्रीज तुम्हें अगर तुम देखोगे तो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर से भी ना वो एक छोटा सा घास जो है, तुम्हें रोड्स पे भी तुम देखोगे बहुत बार कि छोटे छोटे घास जो है वहां से आ जाता है. ऑल्दो वी हैव नॉट प्लांटेड इट देयर बट इट कम्स, ओके, इट कम्स बाय इटसेल्फ. सो अफॉरेस्टेशन इज व्हाट इज नीडेड हियर इफ वी वांट आवर एनवायरनमेंट टू परफॉर्म अकॉर्डिंग टू व्हाट इज आवर रिक्वायरमेंट. ओके, हमारी जैसे जैसे फॉरेस्ट चल रहा है या फिर जैसे जैसे अर्थ चल रही है ना, अगर हम अपनी नीड्स को, अगर हम अपने आप को उस अकॉर्डिंग रखें so that will be better situation, otherwise there will be complete destruction here. So what are the initiatives here which have been taken? Beta, the national afforestation, and we have CAMPA also, we have the national action plan for combating desertification also. Recently जो अभी initiative लिया गया है कि हम अरावली में और ज़्यादा जो है पेड़ वगैरह लगाएंगे स्पेसिफिकली, ताकि हम जो डिजर्टिफिकेशन जैसी प्रॉब्लम है उसको हम रिड्यूस कर सके आने वाले टाइम के लिए. ओके, देन वी सी दैट द प्रोटेक्टेड एरिया एज अ परसेंटेज ऑफ टोटल ज्योग्राफी एरिया हैज बीन इंक्रीज्ड टू 5.67 in 2024 beta. Then the Ramsar sites have been increased here, that is to 8.90 in 2024 specifically. Then the forest cover area is also increased, secure area has been also increased to 21.76, but we have to put a question mark when it comes on to the more of the forests which are going specifically for the infrastructural part. So we have to ensure that infrastructure is there beta. We cannot survive without infrastructure, but beta we also have to understand that we cannot survive without the trees also. So there should be balance. Okay, अगर हमने एक ट्री काटा है तो कहीं और लगा दो, है ना, एक लगा दो, दो लगा दो, क्योंकि उसको बड़ा होने में बहुत टाइम लगता है. जो हम ट्रीज काट देते हैं उनकी कितनी उम्र होती है, उनको कितने साल पहले लगाया था जो हम इजीली काट देते हैं, और अगर हम उनको उगाने जाएंगे तो कितने साल लग जाएंगे उनको एक ट्री बनने में, राइट. सो वी हैव ट्रैफिक होता रहे, बाकी चीज़ें भी होता रहे, बट अगर हम साइड साइड में ट्रीज लगा दें तो वो कहीं ना कहीं उसको एब्जॉर्ब कर लेंगे, है ना, हमारे ऊपर उतना इम्पैक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा जितना ट्रीज नहीं होंगे तो फिर ह्यूमन बींग्स के ऊपर चलेगा, ठीक है. देन व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट पीस, जस्टिस एंड स्ट्रॉन्ग इंस्टीट्यूशंस, सो इट फोकसेस टुवर्ड्स द पीसफुल इंक्लूसिव सोसाइटी, इंश्योर्स द एक्सेस to justice for all, and build the effective, accountable, inclusive institutions at all of the levels also. Okay, now we have another initiatives as in legislative measures which are taken, such as Right to Information Act beta, Lokpal and Lok Ayukt Act as well, and the Whistleblowers Protection Act strengthen the institutional accountability as well as the transparency also. Okay, now what does it include? So number of judges per lakh population has been increased, which should ensure that the cases are resolved, and that too very effective in manner. Number of courts per lakh of population has been increased to 1.93 2024 में. Then we have partnership for the goals. Okay, अब proper partnership होने चाहिए if we want to increase, if we want to achieve any of the goal here. Okay, for example, it focuses toward the strengthening that means of implementation and revitalization of the global partnership for sustainable development, recognizing that effective collaboration among government, civil society, international organization is essential for achieving all of the sustainable development goal. Okay, so for example, the MoSPI has developed the national indicator framework to track national level progress while encouraging states also. You can take into consideration the Panchayati Advancement Index also, okay, PAI 2.0, which has been recently taken, right. So ये भी क्या करता है, हमारे जो grassroots level को integrate करता है हमारी national objective के साथ. And when I talk about sustainable development goal, तो वो तो एक global objective है ना, तो जब यहाँ से linkage create हो जाएगा तो वो global के साथ खुद ब खुद कर लेंगे, है ना. So this is what do we have. Then when I talk about it, so this says that the number of internet subscriptions has been risen here beta. Along with that, the India has national statistical legislations also that complies with the fundamental principles of official statistics, along with the state monitoring framework as well. Then we have this India's export in global exports also, which is again rising. Merchandise में 1.80 is the case, commercial services में we have increased to 4.40. Okay, now this is it beta, that is it in today's video. I hope each and everything is clear. I know that my speed was little increased, थोड़ा सा तो increase था, है ना, तो class है बेटा, तो तभी जो है मैंने फटाफट से तुम लोग के लिए वीडियो जो है वो रिकॉर्ड कर दी है सो दैट यू पीपल हैव एन एक्सेस ऑफ इट, तुम लोग को कोई प्रॉब्लम ना हो। अब ग्लोबल वाला उसका डेटा बेटा सिर्फ फ्रॉम द पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ इंडिया इटसेल्फ तुम अलग ले सकते हो, और ये वाला न्यूज़ जो है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, ये वाला डेटा जो है ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। और तुम लोग का मेरे को ये बताना है कि हर एक इनिशिएटिव, ऑल्दो मैंने बहुत सारे बता दिए, बट अगेन यू पीपल हैव टू टेल मी विच इज द इनिशिएटिव विच हैव बीन टेकन बाय द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, specifically taking into consideration the targets also, 169 targets, as well as the goals also, which are 17 goals. Okay, so just consider each and everything. And again, speed ज़्यादा थी, अगर तुम्हें कोई भी बीच में doubt होगा, so people can ask in the comment section, and of course I'll just solve that out. Okay, thank you so much for joining the session, beta. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care and keep revising. Bye bye. Thank you.